Hello again!
We get a lot of times the questions, a world cruise, what does that cost? And yeah, in today's video, we are looking at just that, and not only the direct costs at the cruise company, but everything else that is incurred with that.
There are, first of all, the direct costs, and then, of course, a lot of indirect costs. The direct costs with the cruise company are round about 37,000 euros for us, so it's around about 10% more in dollars, I guess. Yeah, what is in this direct costs is on one hand 1,700 euros as travel insurance. So if one of us has an accident or something like that, then at least we can have the possibility to rebook or get the price back. And also there are around about 4,000 euros for drinks and beverages in it. We have lots to do to drink break even.
Yeah, I wouldn't say so.
Okay.
Yeah, but challenge accepted. Yeah, yeah. If you break it down, we have 117 days and 2 persons, of course. So it's like 17 euros per person and per day that we are on this cruise ship. And with AIDA, you have a bit of a beverage package, but that only works in restaurants. So yeah, if you want to sit outside and have a drink, or if it's even a water, you would pay that. And yeah, we find it rather annoying that every time you have to give them their card, and yeah, if you want a sparkling water, it's 3 euros or something. I don't know the exact price, but yeah, it gives you a bit of a zing. And the idea that we also have, we now booked an interior cabin. And we thought, okay, the most of the time we are even outside in the public areas. And so it's nice if you can just get a beverage there. So it's basically our version of a cabin with a balcony. Just sit outside and drink a coffee or even a cocktail. Mm-hmm.
We keep you informed whether we are break even in the end.
Yeah.
What is also included is 1,200 euros for internet access. A couple of years ago, internet on a cruise ship was on the one hand really expensive and really bad at the same time.
Now it's only expensive. Yeah.
Now it's only expensive, but at least with Starlink there is internet, even on the high seas.
Yeah. Yeah, we tried it on a previous cruise in Dubai. It was really fast and really nice. You can also book it per day. So with AIDA, I think it's 20 euros or 10 euros, depending on the license that you pick. If you take the 20 euro option per day, it is rather fast, but we are really curious to see how it will work. We will also do a separate video on that, so subscribe to this channel and then you will find this video about Wi-Fi packages where we talk in more detail about that. Yeah, one thing we said, we booked an interior cabin. There are also, if you, for example, want a room with a window, then you pay an additional 10K for that cruise. And if we were to upgrade on a cabin with a balcony, it would cost us 30,000 euros. If you want to book a suite, you can also do that. You have to be really fast because, there are just a few suites and apparently a lot of guys that really like booking a suite because it comes with a lot of benefits. We also will do a video about that. One thing that you also have to take into account, how to get to the harbor and get home from the harbor. We will likely do it via rental car. So you have to pay the one-way fee and the rental car and the insurance and the pickup and all that stuff. So that will set us back a few hundred euros, including fuel. One thing that is a bigger position is the budget for excursions. So as said in an earlier video, we will have around 40 harbors along the way. So roughly we say 100 euros per harbor. We have a few harbors where we won't book anything. So it's approximately 7K that we allocate for that. Some excursions are a little bit more expensive and sometimes we just go outside, take a walk or take the bike or something, so that is cheaper.
And if you take a bike, it's round about, I checked a couple of harbors, it's round about 50 euros per person a day. So even then you have spent 100 euros per both of us, let's say.
So that is basically most of the cost that you will incur with this kind of cruise. So this kind of cruise will set you back around 45,000 euros, which is the beginning of a new mid-sized car, let's say that. At least in Germany it's that. There's one more position we won't factor in, but we will come to that in a second. You also have for that time a loss of earnings. And depending on which insurance packages you have or which employer benefits, also some kind of social insurance or health insurance that you might have to pay. There are different solutions depending on your employer. Or of course, if you're self-employed, that's a different case. But you also have to factor that in. So if you're away for several months, then you can also say, okay, how much money am I losing by that? Or if you're self-employed, can you work from the ship? Do you want to work from the ship? Or can you just pause the business? That is something that you have to calculate on your own. We, of course, also did it for ourselves, but we won't tell you. One benefit that you have, for that time, you don't have to pay food and gas and most of the heating. Of course, you still have to heat your house. It is around winter in the Northern Hemisphere, so we will still, of course, have to heat our house, but we won't have to put the heating as high that it's comfortable for us, but just as high that it's sufficiently warm within that nothing happens to the house. One position that we didn't mention because we don't have the quote yet from the company is, because it's likely snowing in the winter in Germany, we have to have a company clean the pavement of snow so that nobody gets hurt. But we don't have the quote from the company yet, so that will also be, a few €100 likely. Hopefully a little less.
Yeah, and in the end, we do have people helping us with our mailings, with our flowers back home, etc. Getting open the windows so that when we come back, it smells lovely, stuff like that. So of course there will be a little bit of budget for presents for these people.
One minor position for that is visa fees. We only have to apply for visa in Australia and New Zealand for that trip. That's somewhere below €100. So that's compared to the other costs negligible.
And then there are some scalable, I would say, expenses on board.
What could that be? Yeah.
For example, for massage, for using the sauna, etc. So just to have a nice time there and not calculate every penny.
So all in all, €45,000 plus the amount of income that you lose for being on a trip for around 4 months.
Being on a trip for 4 months.
Exactly. Yeah, give this video a like for being on a trip for 4 months. And subscribe if you want to see how it looks like to be on a trip for 4 months.